Raymond Martinez Jr. says, "What's up, fellas? What would it take to get Xavien Howard? Wishful thinking, but who cares?" Hey, I think as soon as the Niners get the Jimmy Garoppolo contract off the books, they can dream big. What
I
they
wouldn't want him.
well, tell me why.
I don't want to pay him again.
Is that the deal? He wants even more than he's already got.
That's why, right? Yeah.
Tell me, yeah.
So he's under contract, and I think the Dolphins extended him 2 years ago. And the reason he's holding out, and the reason Raymond's asking about this, is because he wants to get re-upped again.
Okay.
And he's a really, really good player. I don't think anybody's doubting that, right? He had like 9 interceptions last year, and interceptions aren't the most exact metric to measure.
Oh, he's trying to cash in. Got it.
Yeah,
he got 9 picks, he's trying to cash in.
Yeah, that's where. Like, is he a really good player? Yes,
and he's 28.
All of that. But I don't want to add another guy where you're giving up picks, giving him a big contract, and then because the Niners have so many people they need to pay. Like Gilmore, to me, the situation changes because mid-season you're going to get Gilmore for maybe a 3rd round pick, because his contract is expiring, and if the team he's playing on isn't very good, like if New England isn't very good, then they have all the more incentive to just move him, grab a pick, move him. You're not going to pay him. He's not coming back. Get something for him. And for the Niners, giving up a 3rd round pick for even half a season of Gilmore is worth it if they're making a Super Bowl push. It would be the Emmanuel Sanders situation. So for me, I understand why anybody would want Xavien Howard. He's really good, but I don't want to have to re-up someone that you trade for and pay that kind of money. Like, look at Seattle. We talked about Seattle's contract structure. How does that change once they give Jamal Adams the big bag? And they have to because of all they gave up to get him.
Yeah, and Xavien Howard is already 28. I mean, he's already signed through 31. So he wants another deal where he signed through, 35? Like, no, you're a DB. The whole thing with DBs is, to me, why they're so hard to get. I know people feel like edge rushers are more important. So you can get Justin Houston right now. Justin Houston is chilling. Like, I'm just going to wait till I go to the right team. And there's always some 32-year-old edge rusher you can get. Corners, they're done at 32. And by the time they hit the free agency, it's like they're already a little not quite what they were, and they're super expensive. You just got to draft them and get it right. And you got to draft them high.
It's not even 32. You're not getting one outside of the top 25 picks out of the draft, dude.
Right. No, I'm saying like at 32 years old, you're done. You're pretty much done as a corner. As like edge rushers, you might have 3 more years, 4 more years. But yeah, corners, you got to draft them early. And then that means you're probably going to give them a second contract that they're not worth. And it's tough. But they're very important, and they're good at when they're 23 to 25.
Because Eric Davis said it best, right, when we did that show with him like 4 or 5 months ago. They're the best athletes on the field. I 100% agree with that. They are the best athletes on the field.
And they need that athleticism. That's the whole point. Ken Bone says, what is your take on Rodgers' situation? How do you think it plays out? And how do you think it affects the NFC landscape? You're over there in the Midwest. Tell me.
I think he plays this year in Green Bay. And then I think they move him next year. I think that's Green Bay's plan all along. Like, if you look at where they pick Love and all of that, and look at Rodgers' contract, for them, they just want 1 more year out of Rodgers, and then they want to move him and move on with Jordan Love. So I think that's how it ends up playing out. And yeah, I mean, if he was available, I'm not even going to lie to you. I know a lot of people are against this, but I would, whoever the Niners, I mean, they drafted Trey Lance, right? Even if they drafted Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, anybody, even if I would have shipped him off and gotten Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He was available.
Here's my problem with Rodgers, though. He never does he. It seems like he needs to be the highest paid player in the league, and he's a little bit more reluctant to do what Brady does. Like, would Rodgers' ego allow him to have $9 million cap hit for a season? He's at $37 million right now. But I don't want him at that.
Okay, I understand that.
That's all I'm saying.
But look at it from his perspective, right?
Yes.
Even with that 37, he gets you where you're this much away. And he doesn't look at it as if I made 9, you would be allocating resources. I'm sure he looks at Green Bay last year and he's like, man, I didn't need to be making $9 million. With my $37 million, if you drafted a better receiver than Valdez-Scantling or Equinemius St. Brown, or, you did a better job investing your first-round draft picks in the secondary, right? Or you did a better job of drafting bigger people inside so you can stop the run, we would be fine. So that's where,
to me, what Rodgers is doing is he's whining about his legacy. He knows he's never going to have Brady's legacy, and instead of blaming himself for not doing what Brady did, he's blaming the Packers. Which, I mean, he's got a point, but he also could have taken control. I think so. Yeah. I think this is him
Because
pointing the finger. Brady has 7 rings. I have 1. Yet everyone says that I was the more talented quarterback. What's the difference? The Packers are the villains.
Because I think Rodgers' legacy is pretty much set in stone. I don't look at him as a guy that really should be worrying about it, because I feel like most people, especially people like me that are
He's
much
great, but he
younger,
can't be the
that
greatest, in my opinion.
doesn't matter, right? Most people have
It
him in their
matters to
top
him.
5.
I think
Like
he thinks of himself as the
when I
greatest.
was Grant, when I was like 5, 6 years old, and this was no offense, but this was when you were my age.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, having a quarterback with 1 Super Bowl win, being in the top 5 of all time, was like, wow, like that. You can't do that. That's not allowed. Now Rodgers is consensus top 5 for just about everybody, and he has just the 1 Super Bowl win. So I personally don't think that he has a lot at stake with his legacy. That's just my thing.
Okay, let me know if I missed a comment between this and that. These comments are coming in so fast. I think I didn't. I'm doing the best I can.
No, I don't think you missed any, Grant.
All right, considering everyone is healthy, who could be the offensive and defensive MVP of the Niners this year? Considering everyone healthy.
This is such a cop-out answer, isn't it?
Yeah. If everyone stays healthy for 17, it's going to be like George Kittle and Nick Bosa or something.
Nick Bosa or George Kittle and Fred Warner.
Yeah,
whoa.
I don't know.
I understand
it becomes
what you're saying. Maybe
if you like factor in injuries, but we're not.
Maybe like an under the radar guy who has a great season. I would say somebody like, a DJ Jones, Jaquazi Tart. I think Javon Kinlaw.
I hope he does.
Those would be the 3.
No one is betting on themselves this year more than Tart on the Niners. He's getting like 900K.
I would say all 3 of their secondary guys. Tart, K1, and Jason Verrett. Verrett at least is getting decent amount. He's at least getting somewhat compensated given the market and given his play last year, even though he should be paid $10 to $12 million. K1 and Tart, to me, Tart's I think 900K, and I think K1's a little over $1 million.
Yeah.
Woo.